You're listening to the Toledo City Paper, reader and radio listener, voted Best of Toledo 2022, the best radio show and best podcast.
Bring what you got. The measuring stick just changed around here, buddy. You're looking at it.
Talking about my man John Carpenter today, the man responsible for the most successful horror film in history, Halloween.
Civilians all the time hear claims about motion pictures that made more money, did more money in one weekend, did more money in a half an hour. But this one, the most successful independent production in history. Give us an idea what that means.
The movie cost $300,000 to make, and it made $70 million.
Anybody who is a fan of not just film, but the art behind it, appreciates this man and loves his work, and will talk at length about how great he is, not just as a filmmaker, but also as a composer.
Now, there's another style of musical composition, kind of Max Steiner-esque. He's the king of Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mousing is that you emphasize every movement on the screen. And then it was in King Kong is a perfect example of a score that Mickey Mouse's boom, 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 boom. Every move is hit with music, and that's also great. The king Mickey Mouser nowadays, I would say, is probably John Wooden.
One of the people that is cited as being somebody who was influenced by John Carpenter was a man by the name of Hans Zimmer. Yes, the Hans Zimmer. If you're into classical music and film scores, you know who this man is. German film score composer and music producer. He's won 2 Oscars, 4 Grammys, been nominated for 3 Emmys and a Tony, and Zimmer was also named on the list of top 100 living geniuses. It's published by the Daily Telegraph in 2007. And the 2016 film The Void is considered by many critics and fans, really, to be heavily influenced by several of Carpenter's films.
Having a lot of time and money creates its own problems, okay, but there's not necessarily a bad thing to have too much of anything. I don't think any director is going to tell you, oh my God, I have too much time on this film. That's just awful. Can't we cut some days out of this? Can we cut the budget down? This is just terrible. No, I mean, it's always better. But there are other pressures that go with that you trade off. Yes, you can take your time. You can shoot a film in the way you think is the best way to do it. But on the other hand, there are certain things that it kills your momentum. In terms of, there's something about a momentum in a film. If you can get the cast and the crew going at a speed, that shows up on the screen. And that's a problem. You got to watch out for that in bigger budget movies.
Identify yourself, please. This is Randomosity, Toledo's only vinyl radio show.
It is on, baby!
Tell a story how you cleverly avoided an MPAA X rating on Assault on Precinct 13.
I don't know how clever it was. Well, we had a scene where a little girl gets killed with a gun, and it's pretty horrible at the time, explicit. I don't think I'd do it again, but I was young and stupid. So there it is on the screen, and the MPAA said they were going to give us an X. So the distributor of the movie, Erwinia Blonde, suggested just cut it out. We'll show it to the MPAA, and then we'll just let it go as it was. And those were the old days when they didn't check so much, so that's what we did.
This is one of my personal favorites from the movie In the Mouth of Madness on Randomosity, Toledo's only vinyl radio show. And by the way, check into this movie. Comes highly recommended by yours truly.
Academy Award winner Charlton Heston plays Hardlow, the publisher of Kane's books.
I'm a successful publisher, the head of an important publishing house, and dealing with this author's work.
We have nothing to hide, Mr. Trent. I desire only our fair share if Kane is dead, or our property if he's alive.
Julie Carmen plays Linda Stiles, the publishing firm's top book editor.
Kane is $1 billion franchise. He's a tentpole to this company. Kane's writing has been known to have an effect on his readers. I need to know if he's alive or dead, and I need that book. We've delayed publication as long as we can.
Look at this. It's a map.
Together, they go on a supernatural journey.
We're not talking about reality here. We're talking about fiction. It's different, you know?
A reality is just what we tell each other it is.
This is Randomosity.
This is Randomosity.
Toledo's only vinyl radio show.
Vinyl radio show. Radio show.